Well, Heidi ho, it is almost 6 p.m. and I'm just now coming on to say hello. Grab your beverage, grab a heavier, more powerful drink than this if you need it, and join me. Yes, I have purple back in my hair. Look at that. I got the purple put back in yesterday. And it has been a crazy day. Super crazy day. I have been going nonstop from appointments and meetings in the grocery store and. Hey, Al, are you back? Are you back? Are you still camping? Are you still in Maine? Is it Maine that you went to? I think you're home. So I wanted to grab your beverage because I wanted to talk to you about two things. The first thing that I wanted to talk to you about is tipping when you get your hair done. So I know you probably have something to say about this. So I was told years ago that if you go to the owner of a salon, that you do not tip them because they are not splitting it with the house. Does this make sense? So if the owner has people that work at their salon, right? Those people that work at his salon or her salon pay a percentage to them. And so you tip those people. But when the owner of the salon is getting 100% of the money, I was told not to tip. Now, I know that there's many people that still tip the owners. And here's my question. First of all, my first question is, do you tip an owner of a hair salon? That's the first thing. Do you tip an owner of a hair salon when they do your hair? And if you do you do a flat 20%? Or do you do some other number? Because it's getting very costly to put highlights in my hair. Now, he did not cut my hair. He did not cut my hair. He put only partial highlights. Partial highlights and purple. Partial and purple. And he blew it dry. And it was $240. $240. I didn't buy any product. $240. So I went to the owner of the salon. Do you pay the owner a tip on the $240? Number one. And if so, how much do you pay? Now, at this particular salon, when you say you want to give a tip, they give you three options. One of which is a little more, was it 20%? It was a little more than 25%. I think they started like 25%. And then 30, and then, I don't know, 28% and 30, or 30 and 35 or something. I was like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I know he does a good job. But he didn't cut my hair. And I don't like the way he blows it dry. I should just tell him not to blow dry my hair at this point. Especially if I'm not going anywhere and it's not cold outside. But good golly, I can't swallow paying him $50. If I did 20%, that would be about $50 to tip him. Now I was there for about 2 hours, but that seems like a boatload of money. So curious. I know you don't tip on products. So if I had bought shampoo or I bought a detangler or anything like that, I would take that amount out and only do it on the services, right? I do know that. But what would you tip him? If the bill was $240, what would you tip this guy who's the owner of the salon? Please weigh in on this and let me know. Because is it just me? Do people just cough up $50? It just seems like a really big tip. A really big tip. Or same with nails. Same when people do your nails. Do you do 20% when people do your nails? Or do you just round up? What do you do? The tipping has gotten out of hand. And I understand that people need to make a living and that, I don't know. I think something that was a nicety to, for people who go above and beyond has become a custom. They're expecting a tip. And then of course you have to tip the person that washes your hair because it's not the owner of the salon. So you got to tip that person too, right? It just never ends. It never ends. So please, I'm very curious. If you would, weigh in on what do you tip and do you tip the owner? If the person you go to is the owner, do you tip them? So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. The second thing that I wanted to quickly talk about is, do you ever all of a sudden look at your calendar and go, oh my gosh, I have tomorrow and I have no meetings. I want to play hooky. I want to go out of town. I want to take a trip. I want to have some fun. I want to fill in the blank. Anybody else do this? Like, John's schedule changes on a dime. He was supposed to be gone. He was supposed to leave today and not get back until Friday. And if that was the case, then I would find something to fill my day. There was a lot of projects, a lot of exploration that I would like to do. But it's very rare that he is actually home and neither one of us has anything planned, and it's in the middle of the week. So I realized that tomorrow I have no meetings. No meetings, no deadlines. I'm good. And so I turned to him because his schedule changed and he is now home. And I said, what do you think? Should we blow out of town and go somewhere? We've got a plane. We can go fly somewhere for the day, or we could drive somewhere for the day if the weather's not good enough. And then we kind of looked at each other and was like, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Yeah. So I came up with a couple of options. Last night I couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep. I got to bed at 10. You still there? Okay. At midnight, I was still wide awake. So I got up and I figured I'll go downstairs. I'll either watch a show, I'll call my daughter, I'll read a book, but I'm not going to get on my phone. I picked up my phone to call my daughter. I got distracted and I started scrolling social media. Now, the good news is that I actually found some fun things to explore near me, or what I thought was near me. Who knows, in Virginia, right? Virginia's fairly big. And I started sending them to John because I realized that we were going to have tomorrow off. And I thought, oh, serendipity? Yes. Coincidence? No. So I thought, oh, maybe one of these things we could take advantage of and go and do. And make a very long story short, by the time John looked at all the things I sent him, he looked at the weather and determined that we were probably going to need to drive, and we decided, oh, well, we could do this really cool A-frame or this yurt or something really cool out by Bryce, which is about an hour and a half drive from us. And you can do this chairlift and go on a chairlift ride. There was like a list of all these things that you could go and do and see near Bryce, near the town of Bryce. So he's like, at 5 o'clock, he finally says to me, yeah, why don't you see if you could book that? So I was like, all right, it's a Thursday in August. Now, granted, we're still in summer vacation. Many kids don't go back to school until next week or the week after. So some of the really cool places, the glamping. I don't want to just stay in a cabin. Like, man, I don't want to do that. And then I thought, well, maybe a really cool lodge. But the problem is that you can't check in until like 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then we would leave at 11 o'clock the next day. You're just checking in. What? That's not cool. Right? And I thought, well, maybe we could go tonight. It's already 6 o'clock, people. It's already 6. And I'm defrosting something for dinner. So we're not packed, and Duncan's not packed. And we need to be able to take Duncan because at this late date, what? Yeah, we don't have anyone to watch him. So we need something that's dog pet friendly. The places that I thought would be really cool, they're booked. They're booked. So I thought, well, it's only an hour and a half. So maybe we could get up and go and explore for like a couple hours and then come home. Wah, wah, wah. Very anticlimactic. Not nearly as exciting or, enticing as getting out of Dodge and going and exploring someplace new and taking Duncan. I looked at tree houses. I looked at yurts. I looked at glamping. I looked at this really cool A-frame where the very top was a stargazing, where you lay down on this, I guess, mattress and you stargaze. How cool is that? And then the next floor down, I think, is the actual bedrooms. And then you have the kitchen. And then it has like a full entertainment room, like a movie theater, entertainment, all of it. I thought, well, that would be cool, right? John and I could do that. It's booked. So if you have any suggestions on what we can do, or what do you do when you all of a sudden have a day? What do you have a list of things that you have curated that you just go to your list and see what's available? If all of a sudden you have a day that becomes open to go and do something, because here's the way my life is right now. We can't plan far in advance when it's on John's days off, because John's days off move. Even though he had a week off, he then picked up a trip and he was supposed to be gone. And then something happened with that trip. So he then, I hate those lantern bugs. Do you have those lantern bugs by you? They're awful. I've got so many of them. But so now it got canceled. And so now he's going to be here. And now there's no other trips to pick up. And so, yeah. And so we have all day tomorrow. I don't want to sit around. I don't want to be home. Let me know what you would do. If you see this and you have some cool ideas, something fun to go and explore, let me know. Yeah, I don't know what to do. So maybe I'll go back onto TikTok and see what they have up on there and see if there's any. God, I hate those things. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's see if I can turn it around. Hang on. It's these things. You see them? Underneath their wings, they're red. They're so invasive. And I've got a million of them, I feel. Way more than I would like to have. And they're very unkind. They like fly at you. Yeah. I don't think that they bite people, but they're just, I don't like any bug flying at me. Right? Ugh. Especially big ones like that. Anyway, back to my question. What do you do? Where do you go? What do you search? I feel like now that I have more flexibility with my time, when John's schedule opens on a dime, I should have a quick list that I go to. So I'm curating my list of things to do, places to go, things to see that are within like an hour and a half, 2 hours from me, or even a short plane ride, because if we had a little more time, we could possibly do something. Now, not tomorrow night, but Friday night, I really wanted to do swing dancing with him. And so I'm excited to do that. But that means that we have all day tomorrow and all day the next day. Now, on Friday, I have an eye doctor appointment, but I can reschedule that. So we would actually have pretty much 2 full days going somewhere, doing something. We could throw Duncan in the car, throw some food in the car, and go. So if you have some ideas, let me know. I'd love to go visit my daughter up in Delaware. I'd love to do that, but she's working, and this is her really busy week, like super busy. So I don't want to go and sit in her house. I don't want to do that. And I also don't want to be a burden as she needs to work. She works from home. So I definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm open for suggestions. That is my dilemma. 2 dilemmas. What do I tip the owner of a salon, whether it's hair or nails? Do you tip them? And if you do, how much? And the second thing is, where do you find things to do in your area? I like doing all kinds of stuff. I like doing outdoor things. I like doing festivals. I like doing music. I just can't seem to find any on the days and the dates and the times that I want to do them. Whenever I have open time, nothing is going on, but whenever I'm busy, that's when all the festivals seem to be happening, or the I don't know, tubing or whatever it is. So let me know. And on that note, cheers, my friend. I'm going to go in and start dinner. What's for dinner for you? So I went to the grocery store today, and we haven't had fish in a while, so I bought halibut. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the halibut, but we're having halibut. And probably green beans, because we've got some green beans that need to be eaten. So halibut and green beans it is. I'm just not sure if I want to make it the way I always do, or if there's something neat and different. When I went and got my nails done, I got what's called cat eye. Can you see that? It's like iridescent and reflective. Super cool. Super duper cool. So I'm on a different kick. I want something different. So I guess I'm going to have to Google healthy recipes for halibut, because that's what's for dinner. That steak that I made that last night, if you saw my stories, it was the bomb diggity. The bomb diggity. Definitely was a repeat thing. I definitely will repeat that. I actually, when I went to the store, I bought more flank steak in order to make that again. Not tonight, but soon, because that was super yummy. And other than that, I hope that you're having a wickedly wonderful Wednesday, my friend. And I'll do my best to catch you up when I catch you tomorrow. All right. Make it a great night or a rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.